Hello there and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Rudolph Mensah and I bring you life lessons from books. Today I'm going to talk about Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I'm bringing you my top 7 lessons. If this is the first time here, all I do is bring you lessons that you need for your personal development to live a successful life. Today I'm sharing with you top 7 lessons from this book. If you haven't yet subscribed, please click on the red button down here, then click on the bell icon. That way you will get notifications anytime I post a new video. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste your time. Here are the lessons. James is just talking about the fact that just as atoms are the building blocks of every molecule, atomic habits becomes what we need to become successful. So if you want to live a successful life, it depends on your habits. First you build your habit, and then your habits build you. And so even the small changes you can see, if you want to read a book, if you want to become a reader, if you want to become successful, it begins with doing something small every day. And the key word here is consistency. The first lesson here is the habits loop. Let's understand how habits are formed. First of all, there is a cue, which is what draws you to do something, and then there is a craving, there is a response, and then there's a reward. So let's get into here some myth about habits. First of all, habit is equal to freedom. Some people think that if you say, oh, you build a habit like I read 2 pages every day, it means you don't have any freedom, you are restricted. No, habits rather gives you freedom, and it allows you to do what you want to do now and in the future. And as you build habits, that becomes what you need to fulfill your goals. And so one of the things that we mistakenly have found from the personal development space is this: we always talk about set goals, but it's not by the goals you set, it's about the systems you create. If your goal is to become a reader, how do you do that? It's about creating a system where maybe you read 2 pages a day, 3 pages a day. That system will drive you to success. And so to have effective habit, you need to build systems. It's the same way bad habits and good habits all thrive on systems. And being able to create habits gives you clarity, which is much more important than motivation. If you know exactly what you want, you'll be motivated to go ahead and get it. And no one is born with it. You can create it. You have the power, the principles to build habit that will make you successful. How do you build a good habit then? First of all, make it obvious. It should be something that you see. Like, for instance, look at my bag. I have a bunch of books here. So if my habit is to read, anytime I enter my room and I see the books on the shelves, it's obvious this is what I should go for. Not the TV, not any other thing, but the books. And so make it attractive. It should be something that comes with a reward. If it's not something that is attracting you, then you're not going to do it. Make it easy. If it's difficult, if somebody doesn't like to read, and the person wants to build a habit of reading, and I say read 10 chapters a day, the person is not going to do it, because already the person doesn't have the desire to read. And so start the person off with just read 2 pages a day. It is very simple to do, it is very easy to do, but by doing that consistently, that is how the person build habits and make it satisfying. After reading 2 pages, the person will feel like, yes, I've done something important. And so don't set it too difficult, just make it easy and simple but consistent. That's what we are talking about. How do you get rid of bad habits? How do you do that? Make it invincible. So if I don't want to read, then I have to cover my books. If I don't want to read, then I have to make it unattractive. You have to make it difficult, then you have to make it unsatisfying. If you want to break any habits, I can say anything: masturbation, smoking, alcohol, anything that you can think of which you want to stop. I'm not putting them in the category of bad, but I'm saying something that you want to stop, whether an addiction or something that is bothering you and you want to break away from. Make it invincible. If, for instance, if it's access to the internet which allows you to fall into the trap of masturbation, then make sure you put restrictions on certain websites, mute certain words on Twitter and Facebook where you see which leads you to the images and videos that usually brings you into that temptation. So there are steps that you can take. Make it difficult to do it. Be around people. If you're sitting with a friend, there's no way you can put your hands into your pants and do what you do all the time. Make it unsatisfying. You always feel guilty afterwards. So why not always remind yourself, how am I going to feel at the end of this? So that's just an example. Let me give you a real life example. How do you quit drinking alcohol? First of all, avoid sitting or going out with friends who drink. Reframe your mindset. Highlight the benefits of avoiding a habit. So let's talk about the fact that, oh, if I stop drinking, My livers are protected. I'm not going to suffer alcoholic hepatitis. I'm not going to suffer gastritis. Tell yourself what you are going to get by breaking away from your bad habits. And then go out with healthy friends, people who would encourage you not to drink. And then the reward you are going to get is that you are going to feel healthy. If you don't break this loop, you are going to find yourself always repeating bad habits. Lesson number 2, get 1% better every day. And this is important because always in our quest to change, we try to take big steps. Like I said, you want to become a reader and you say, yeah, I need to finish this book in 1 week. You can't do it because you are just starting out and you don't have the desire. And even how to read to get maximum impact, you don't have it. I think I have a video on that. You can watch it up here, how to read to get maximum impact. So what James talks about in the book Atomic Habits is that start with something small and focus on becoming better 1% all the time. So he shares a fascinating story of a cycling coach who helped the British cycling team make a lot of small improvements which added to big results. The goal was to make the team improve 1% every day, and because of that they were able to win the Tour de France first time in 110 years. What this is saying is that don't look at the big picture, focus on the small steps you have to take to get better. Getting 1% better every day is much more important than 100% better waiting to be 100% better in 6 months. Lesson number 3, your habits are a mirror of your identity. So when you build habits, you are just becoming who the habit will make you who you are. So if you build a habit of reading 2 chapters a day, you become a reader. If you build a habit of running 1 mile, you become a runner. If you build a habit of studying or selling, you become a serious person. So the habit will actually show who you are. So at the end of the day, if you don't build the right habits, it will show who you are as a person. And that's why it's very important for you to always consider your habits, because at the end of the day, your habit will display who you are as a person. Lesson number 4, small steps lead to big changes. Don't try to go all the way. Like they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with 1 step, which means that if you want to build muscles, biceps and triceps, maybe you can't go to the gym, but try doing 15 push-ups every day or walking 15 minutes every day. It is enough to build a healthy and exercise habit for yourself. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Lionel Messi, who's the greatest footballer of all time. You can disagree in the comments. They didn't become successful overnight. They probably failed more than you tried. And so they took consistent small steps and they are where they are today. Lesson number 5. Consistency is all you need, and I've mentioned the word consistency throughout my presentation, and it's important for you to understand because you can't do something for some time and stop. Like if you want to build biceps, let's say you do it for 1 week and then you stop and you come back on the next month, you're not going to get the needed change. If you go to the gym for the first time, the next day you won't see your biceps, you're not going to see the triceps bulging. But if you go every day for 90 days, you are going to see a change. And so consistency is more important than intensity. Like you do it once in a while, you are all motivated, you go to the gym and then you come back and you don't go again. No, you read a book once and then you stop. No, doing something for a short while and stopping won't bring you the success you need. You need to be consistent, and that is what will make you successful. That is why James talk about here, if I want to write a book, I need to be consistent, and I've done that with everything that I've succeeded at. Lesson number 6, last but one, be happy now, not later. Be happy now and not later. You see, this is an incredible lesson, because we are always looking at, if I can only write a book, I'll become happy, or if I can only read 5 chapters, I'll become happy, or if I can build a business, I'll become happy. No, you see, if you tie your happiness to the end result, then you will never be happy. You have to enjoy the journey. And so as you are doing it, if you're able to read 1 page, be happy with that. That will motivate you to continue. If you're able to start the business, even though you haven't started making a lot of profit, be happy with your steps and build on that. Be happy now and not later. If you want to be happy, be happy. Don't wait for someone else. Don't wait for the end result before you rejoice. Celebrate yourself all the way. The last one here is track your progress, but don't judge it too soon. We are often looking at, like I said, you go to the gym, you come back the next day, you stand in the mirror and say, I'm not seeing any changes. No, you have to track your progress, like know what you are putting in, but don't judge it too soon. Like, I'm not seeing any changes, I'm going to stop going to the gym. Or you read 1 book and say, it is not making any difference in my life, my business, my career, so why should I keep going? There is a concept of compound interest. And that allows you to know that, yes, track your progress, know what you are doing by making notes. Okay, I've done this, keep a to-do list, and track yourself and know the efforts you are putting in. But don't judge what you see every day, because the compound interest is the principle that you are working with. Once you are consistent, the idea is that people think the progress in building habits should be linear, but no, it is never straightforward. It takes time, and you have to commit to it that at the end of the day, you are going to get what you need to be successful. These are my top 7 lessons from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Like I do always, please, if you are here, I'm going to give you a 1-sentence takeaway. Work on your habits slowly and consistently. Our goal is to improve ourselves by 1% every day. It doesn't matter if our progress is slow. Progress is progress, and it's better than nothing.